Hey guys, this is Quintavious with Pro Inspect Solutions on the Your Home Helper podcast, where we feature guests that talks about real estate. We talk about home buying, home maintenance inspections, as well as things that you can use to put inside your house to make it better living arrangements for yourself. So today I have the pleasure of speaking with some top-notch CEOs from Levelup Automation, Toni and Scott. Which we're going to go over a few questions that I prepared for them that they were welcoming to ask and explain more about what they do and how their company could be a great solution for if you own a home or are building a home. So without further ado, I want to introduce Toni as well as Scott. So Toni, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having us.
Wonderful. Scott, how about yourself?
Doing fantastic. I'm glad you're here.
Awesome. So we're going to get right into the questions here, which is a great question today that I have prepared, which is what is your story and how did your business get to the point it is today? So I'm going to start off with you first, Toni.
Well, Scott and I go back a couple of decades. We've worked together before. We both come out of Bose Corporation, and Scott left a little ahead of me, and then I left Bose in 2018, and I was searching for something to do. I got a phone call from a prior supervisor who said to me, Jen Mallett is franchising her business. You need to call her. Now, Jen worked with us also at Bose, and she is the actual founder and CEO of Levelup Corporation nationally. Brilliant woman who saw a need, a certain niche in this market that was missing, which was really a customer-centric business. Mm-hmm. And she knows that Scott and I share that same passion for the customer experience that she does. So I spoke with Jen. I got very excited, and I picked up the phone, and I called this guy, and I said, what do you think of this opportunity? 24 hours later, he called me back and said, what do you think if we partner on it? And I said, fabulous. And the next thing you know, here we sit. We started going down the path. We did our research. We found out what an incredible space it is to do automation, smart home automation. And it's the future. So what a great business to be in. We knew that we were in great hands with Jen Mallett, and that she is just a brilliant businesswoman who understands this industry inside and out. And we have spent the last year learning from her and growing the business from the ground up. So we founded basically the Florida business here.
So it really goes to show how important relationships are, because
absolutely,
without the guidance from the person that you received the call from and talks with, and without the connection with Scott here, him being pulled in by a relationship partner to get started. So it really goes to show that, hey, keep fostering good relationships because they can take you a long way. So outside of just, home renovations, keep good relationships. That's one thing there.
That's a good point.
Amazing story in regards to your startup there. And I'm going to jump into, what everybody wants to know about smart homes. Unless you want to talk a little bit more about.
No, unless Scott wants to.
You want to talk a little bit more?
No, I was going to say, I think she nailed it.
Okay.
You're absolutely right. Those relationships with key individuals, we're all about quality, and we're seeing the aspect of customer service coming back into this critical field. So, no, we're just excited to be here.
Oh, that's wonderful. And you guys already showed me already that customer service. As soon as I walked in the door today, they were showing me how everything works, and I'm thrilled by it. I'm actually a fan of this whole. I don't want to get too deep into the questions I have, because a lot of things that I'm going to talk about are things that impress me or in this conversation. I don't want to spill the beans too early. So, second question: when you say smart homes, what does that mean? How does home technology work actually? And either one can take the floor.
Smart home can take a number of different segments to different individuals. Mm-hmm. So for one individual, there might be a wellness component where whether it's we're monitoring someone who's aging in place at home, or detecting if someone has fallen and can't recover from a fall. So, for some people, wellness is an aspect of smart homes that we specialize in. For others, there's an entertainment value.
Mm-hmm.
And so you saw some of the fantastic products that we have here, 7.1 surround sound and televisions that become pieces of art when they're not in use.
Yeah.
I had a builder recently come to me and say, you know what, I love this because we usually have this black rectangle sitting on the wall in our model home.
Mm-hmm.
And now I could have a piece of art instead.
Yeah.
That's what the Samsung Frame television does for them.
Mm-hmm.
So for them, that was a whole different aspect of a smart home. Toni, what else?
Well, it's also talking about energy efficiency. You can see behind us right here, we're showing you what an EV charger looks like. Obviously, it's not an active EV charger. We're on the third floor, but we can install EV chargers into the home as well as batteries into the home. And coming soon, two-way EV chargers, so that if you lose power, which happens quite often here in Florida in the right season, your charger can then charge your home when it's not charging your car.
Yeah.
So these are the kind of things that are very, very important to us. And last but not least, and certainly one of the things we probably do most, is safety. We're very involved in making sure that people who are concerned about having, cameras outside their homes, whether it's something as simple as a Ring doorbell, or whether it's voice activated or audio, video activated cameras for their home, we can take care of that, as well as systems that monitor, et cetera, et cetera. There are so many components to it. It's really think of it as a large buffet menu. And when we sit down with you, you talk to us about what you want in your home, and we help you choose off the buffet. And then we put it all together for you. So I would say no two proposals are the same.
Yes.
No two customers want the same thing. And we can start little or we can go big. It just depends.
It depends on the need, right?
Absolutely.
And you mentioned about wellness for the elderly.
Yeah.
Not too many people think about how smart home systems can assist with, I guess, is it fall protection?
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Oh, absolutely. We have unobtrusive devices that we can place inside of a home, and they constantly monitor the space to see if someone has fallen. And there's AI, there's artificial intelligence built into this device, so it knows when someone has taken a fall. If they don't recover within 30 seconds, that device then works through a central system to notify loved ones or neighbors or caretakers that fall has taken place, and it does it by text. Nice. So it's an easy way to have peace of mind for the family and loved ones of whoever might be aging in place.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And a companion piece to that I really love is a mat that can be put under the bed, under the mattress. So imagine if you've got an elderly parent and they want their space, they want to stay in their home, but you need to monitor that they're okay, and maybe you're at a distance. This mat is going to record blood pressure, heartbeat, sleep apnea. It will tell you how many times they get up in the night. So if mom is usually getting up twice a night and suddenly she's getting up 5 or 6 times, it might trigger you to say, let's get her to a doctor and see what's going on. And you do it all from just a board on your computer. You're just logging in and you can watch. And the elderly parent doesn't even know anything about it. I mean, they might know it's there, but they don't have to be bothered with the information. Someone's monitoring it for them.
Right.
And that's critical nowadays because, we have a lot of baby boomers in this day and age, they're getting up in age, and most of their children are not staying with them, or they're not living at their house. Right. Of course, baby boomers still want their independent, right. But we want to make sure as children that we are mindful of how they are, if they're still okay, without having to invade their privacy or their space.
Exactly.
So that technology that you're mentioning right now is mind blowing for people that are want to stay connected to their family, but at the same time give them distance to feel independent.
Well, and it's also, think about long-term, the cost savings to a family. Assisted living is not an inexpensive venture. And if you can't monitor your parent but you know that they need some help, they end up in assisted living, which ends up being incredibly costly and kind of miserable sometimes for the parent, for the individual. They Who doesn't want to be in their own home,
Correct.
for as long as you possibly can. So that's what we hope to do is enable. The other thing this does is it also can assist with people who have some disabilities. We work with ARC up in Massachusetts. Our parent company works with ARC, and they do a great job making sure that these are installed in homes where people might have physical disabilities that could cause them to trip and fall, or other hazards that might hurt them. There's a lot of different components. I could go on about this, I won't, but even things like lighting.
It shows the passion behind it.
Well, lighting makes a difference,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
We all react to a circadian rhythm. You don't realize sometimes how much just the change in light will affect mood or behavior. And we can come in and help your lighting to help temper the circadian rhythm so that you're always feeling right and not off kilter.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, we talked a lot about the why it's important from a standpoint of the elderly and why it's important to have some of the technology, smart home technology. But why is smart home technology important overall, and what can people expect if they place it inside their homes?
The ability to enhance someone's life
Okay.
is an important aspect of smart home technology. And what do I mean by that? And Tony even mentioned this earlier. It's different for different people. And yes, we talked about the wellness factor, but what about a family that wants to maintain a visual of pets in the backyard, or that they want to keep track of a child that might be playing in a room or outside? So giving peace of mind to individuals is also part of what smart home technology can do.
Okay.
We work with a number of different companies to bring around the best technology, secure technology that gives peace of mind to folks within inside of their own home.
Okay. No, that's great, because I know that sometimes people get confused about, okay, how can this overall help my well-being or just make things better in my household? And you kind of summed it up already from a wellness standpoint, as well as from automation just of lighting for the houses and things of that nature. So I'm going to move on to the next question because I think this one is very important. What is the process of installing smart home technology into a new construction building and phases of it? Can you assist the individuals who are looking in the new construction? They want to get that installed. What is the timing? How they should? We won't go about how they should reach out to you first, but what does that look like from a new construction standpoint?
We love new construction.
Oh yeah,
We love it.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
absolutely.
Yeah.
If you know you're going to build, get to us. There's a couple different ways to do it, right? If you're using an interior designer, that's fantastic because we can work directly with the interior designer to make sure lighting and everything is what it needs to be for your home. But if you're just building a home and you are thinking about some of the technologies you might want to bring in, come and sit down with us. We'll talk you through all of the possibilities. And then what we can do is pre-wire your home for them. Nice. It doesn't mean you have to get them all at once, but when you're ready down the road, say you build the home and 5 years later you decide, you know what, I want to add speakers here now. Guess what? Your wiring's already there. Yeah. It is far less expensive to be prepared on the front end than to go back and do it on the back end. It's also easier because we don't have to drill through walls where we can't see what's behind them. Yeah. Even in this showroom, as we wired for this showroom, we ran into some challenges in these walls. We didn't know what was in there. And we hit a couple spots where it was like, okay, we cannot snake a Cat 6 wire through there. We're going to have to go a different way. But when it's pre-wired, it's all open. And,
The flip side of that, we just got done pre-wiring a home that wants 5 rooms of audio and video. Okay. And so for us to go in and pre-wire that home without any drywall or insulation there, we had all of those wires run to 5 rooms within just a few hours.
Really?
So the difference is huge. If someone is considering building or in the starting the construction phase, they should talk to us early just so that we can partner up with their builder, their electrician, etc.
No, that's incredible because many times when you go through the phases of the building process, you got to go to the showroom, pick out the tiles and things of that nature. They normally introduce you to somebody that helps with, maybe alarm system setup and all that stuff like that. But that's the time where they should probably be reaching out to you before they get to the showroom. Is that correct?
Well, they can even come to our showroom.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
So
even better.
we invite folks in all the time to our showroom here in Avalon Park to come see technology, to test drive it, so they could talk to us about how it can integrate into their home.
And bring your plans.
And bring your plans. Yes, we've got a nice wide table.
Yeah, that's why we have this table.
Yes, it's a
So
very
that
nice
we
table,
can
by the
we
way.
can lay out the plans and we can go through it and say, all right, here's where the wiring is going to go. Here's where your speakers need to be placed. We actually worked with a gentleman who was building outside of Tampa, and kind of the same thing. We had his floor plans and we went through and, we put in what we thought based on what he wanted, where his speakers would be, where his lighting would go. So much easier because then we can get in there as they're doing all the roughing and this all gets done. So.
And you mentioned a big thing about new construction that you can save more money by doing this before you get all the drywall and everything up, because once you get that drywall up, you got to cut into it, and it costs money to put that back in.
And it's labor savings.
Yeah.
To Scott's point, he did what he did in a few hours. If the walls were up, many more hours to it.
It's pennies on the dollar in comparison to trying to wire after the fact.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's why, Tony made mention of this earlier, but I'll reiterate. If you even think that, okay, maybe I want 2 rooms of sound right now, go ahead and wire up for what future possibilities might be there. We'll help you with what type of wire needs to go there, but be planning for the future so that you're ready to go when you decide, I do want sound, or I do want video, or I do want cameras in that location.
Plan ahead.
Yes.
Don't wait till when you want the sound.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and get it now and make the adjustments later, because as long as you have the wiring in, and you can always do what you want from there.
The wiring's not expensive, and doing it ahead of time is not expensive, so why not do it? Correct. I built my house in 2001, and I have to tell you, I have 2 rooms that are wired for sound that I never actually put the speakers I thought I would want up. But one day, if I ever do, I know where the wires are. And it's as simple as a connection. So.
Likewise, my wife and I bought a home recently that's only about 5 years old, but there wasn't enough of that forethought into that home. Okay. And so the Cat 6 is not running in all of the speaker wire is not running in all of the parts of the house. Yeah. And so it's a lot more challenging to try to get in there now to do that.
Okay. And you know what? That takes me to my next point. I made the mistake by not calling you guys before the new construction got up. And I have the home completely built, and I'm thinking about adding some surround sound to bring more of a movie theater feel to the home instead of having to go to Cinemax and all these other places. Now, what's the process of a person that has an existing home? Can they still bring their ideas to the table of what they want to do? How does that process work?
Don't be afraid of it.
Yeah.
We work with that. As I said, this is a building. We took this space. Look at it; it's wired. You don't see anything, right?
No.
So we'll come in and we'll figure out exactly where your speaker placement is going to need to be. We will run all the wires for you. We work with probably more times than not already constructed homes that we have to go in and retrofit versus new builds. Because again, people don't know to do this in advance. So it's not to worry. We can come in and take care of that for you.
But this is why you hire us as the experts in that field.
Exactly.
Word of advice: come to them first when you're doing your new construction. All right, save a little bit more money. You can still do it after, but just save a little bit of money in advance, and they'll take good care of you.
What he said.
So there's a myth going around. I want to know if it's true or false. That smart home technology uses more energy or more electricity and can cause an increase in the electrical bill compared to not having it at all. Can you touch on that a little bit for me?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, in many cases, it's the inverse.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes it is the smart home technology that will save you on energy. think about some of the televisions that we've had throughout the years.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the TVs that even the ones from 5 years ago use an enormous amount of power. Whereas something like that, the Samsung frame that we showed you earlier,
Yeah.
the amount of wattage that it takes is far less than what previous televisions used to consume. Likewise, we also work with Savant Power. Savant Power is a monitoring technology. So we can install a monitoring technology into your home so that you can see which devices are the ones that are probably using more power than they should be. And so as a consumer, you're informed about what your house is doing. You have more information, you're well armed to be able to make decisions that are best for your power consumption.
Oh, that's very detailed.
And how about that you could control the thermostats in your home from your phone?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter where you are. You can check in and say, well, why is my AC set to 70? I'm not in the house.
Right.
Turn it up to 75, 76. You've just helped your electric bill go down. It's amazing, really. And something like an EV charger, if you've got an electric vehicle, thank you. If you have an electric vehicle in your home, the EV charger is actually going to use the power
After, say, midnight.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where it's going to pull from, so that it's not costing as much, because the cost of power goes down overnight. There's a lot to it.
Yes.
So.
And there's a lot of electrical vehicles on the market today. A lot of people are jumping in those to save a lot of money on gas because, of course, when you're over $3 per gallon, it's kind of intriguing to purchase a electrical vehicle to save money on that. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people should be thinking about installing an EV charger if they're thinking about or in advance of buying that vehicle. Now, would you say if you are making a commitment to buy it, should you think about an EV charger first before you buy it, or just that maybe at the same time simultaneously?
Well, I would probably say in this particular case, we have a level 2 charger on display right here.
Okay.
The level 2 charger is universal, has a universal connector.
Okay.
So that it'll connect with just about any device out there. However, to piggyback on what Tony was saying earlier, a standard non-smart charger, you would come home from work at, say, 5 o'clock, plug it in, and it would start charging your vehicle. Well, you're doing that at peak time where the peak cost of electricity is taking place. Our charger, you can be set so that if you're one of the fortunate ones that has you're on a power grid where the price goes down between midnight and 5 a.m., that's when your charger will kick in and start charging your vehicle. So it immediately starts saving you money.
That's a nugget right there. That if you didn't hear that, we'll replay it again. But that was a wonderful nugget that you just gave. I'm gonna get a drink of water. I'll edit that portion out. The other myth that I notice a lot in this industry is that home privacy. People are asking, I don't know, Alexa spying on us, or can you talk about that?
I would love to. In fact, I've got a story for you. So today's Tony's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Tony.
Happy birthday.
How did I forget that? Forgive me. I said I was going to do it on the show, and I forgot it.
That's okay. I'd like to forget that as well. I'm 22, folks, just in case you're wondering.
Well, just today, I was out in the field with one of our employees. And as we were wrapping up a consultation, I told him, I'll meet you back at the office, but I'm going to stop by Publix and pick up some cupcakes for Tony.
Okay.
Not 2 minutes later, I'm on a very popular GPS app on my phone, and I get an ad that says, here is a bakery near you for birthday cakes. Yeah. That's not by accident. This device right here, this phone, was listening to me. It was smart enough to then provide me with an ad that they thought I would be useful for me.
Yes.
So all of us carry around in our pocket one of the biggest listening devices in the entire world, in the entire history of the world. What we have done is we've taken a step in making sure that if privacy is something of your concern, we vet products that we place inside of the home. We do research on them to know exactly what type of data they are gathering. And we even partner with some technologies that make a point of saying it's a closed system. We do not sell to third parties the data that we are collecting.
Okay.
So
That's important to know.
those are important things that people are asking us about right now. So I'm glad you brought it up, but
Yep.
it's something that we take very seriously.
We just attended CEDIA, which is the big conference for consumer electronics out in Dallas in September. And we met with one vendor there that we will be working with in the future that has they have a closed circuit. So basically the only way they use the cloud is the information goes up, deciphers it, and sends it right back down to this vendor who I can't name, but to this vendor. So it stays there. It never goes out anywhere beyond your information staying within your home. It's a technology we really like. It's a wonderful technology to have in your home because it's real easy to speak to it and tell it what to do, and it does it for you. And, so technology is evolving and people are very concerned about it. And we understand that. But to Scott's point, we'll do what we can to protect you. We do it by making sure that we've got the right products in your home.
There you go. There are safety measures you can take in order to protect your privacy. Scott and Toni just addressed that.
Yeah,
So
throw your cell phone away. That's the biggest one is throw your cell phone out.
So there's a lot of companies on the market that are doing smart home technology, but everyone wants to know what makes Levelup different. I see the difference, but let them know what the difference is.
Sure.
Well, it starts with Jen. Jen saw that in this particular industry, it was really all about coming in, doing the job, and going away. And we have found so far that some of our customers have dealt with people who've come in, done the job, done the work, and then they never hear from them again or they can't reach them again. The difference we're going to make is we're bringing a very customer-centric focus.
Yes.
When we work with a customer, they are part of the Levelup family. We are there to walk you through technologies today and tomorrow. So as things change and you have questions, we're going to be there to answer them for you. We're going to make sure that you're getting what you need, not what we think you need. It's not going to be, we're not going to oversell you. We're going to make sure it's the right products for you and for your home. But more importantly, we're just going to be there to make sure that you always have answers when you need them.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we take a consultative approach to automation. So we work with you in order to get you exactly what you need. It should be that easy.
So you heard it from the owners themselves. Tell us, how can someone get connected with you guys in order to start the process of purchasing some smart home technology, or just a consultation in regards to their thoughts, and maybe you can enlighten them. Hey, this is a route you can take, or this is another route you can take, regardless of you do commercial as well, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I know we talked a lot about homes, but take a note that they also do commercials. So if you're a business owner, if you have an establishment, whether it's a barbershop, whether it's a nail salon, whatever the case may be, if you want to bring more of an entertainment feel or anything that involves smart home automation, these are the guys you need to talk to. So again, can you just, whether a website or a phone number that you maybe can leave?
Sure. It's Levelup Automation, Florida.com. And it's spell out Florida.
Nice. Phone number too as well?
There is an 800 number when you go to the website. You can either call the 800 number and they'll put you through to us, or you can book a consultation right there on the site, which is probably the easier thing to do. Just go in and book it. You can book it for us to come to you, or you can book it for you to come to us. We love people coming to our showroom. We have this really wonderful showroom here, and we love to show off all the gadgets we have in here for you. But we will come out to your home too, and we will walk your home and take lots of pictures and make sure we get it all right. And then we work pretty hard to come back to you with a proposal for what you need.
Now, if somebody wants to come and see our showroom, we are at the Avalon Park Marketplace.
Yes.
And our address is 3801 Avalon Park East Boulevard. And we're Suite 310 in the Marketplace building.
And do you guys have a Facebook or anything else? Maybe they want to follow you on social media to see any new updates about your products that you may offer.
Yes, we're Levelup Automation Florida. on Facebook as well. You're going to find if you go into Level Up, you're going to find quite a few because there's franchises we're growing very rapidly. There are 5 franchises now in the United States, starting with Massachusetts, and then Louisiana has in the Baton Rouge area. We are now in Ohio and in the Cincinnati area. Connecticut is opening their showroom on December 8th. If anybody is in the Vernon, Connecticut area, their showroom is about to open. And
Arizona
has one, and then of course
us in Tampa.
Maryland. Yeah. Maryland. And then we've got a few more coming next year. So we're getting bigger and bigger so we can help people everywhere. So
well, I'm excited about the growth. I'm excited about the assistance, customer service you guys are bringing to the industry in this field, because not many people are doing that. And already made me feel at home coming to your office. So thank you for doing that and taking the time out today to sit down with me. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the podcast. This will be streaming on YouTube if you missed it on the actual, or if you want to see us face to face. I know you have some beautiful faces here, so you may want to go to the YouTube channel and take a look at that. Also, I will tag this onto the Facebook of Levelup Automation, so their fan base can see that as well. So for any home purchase information, home renovation, home maintenance tips, please visit our podcast, Your Home Helper. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.
thank you.